Welcome. Happy 4th of July. Whatever it is y'all done celebrated, man. I want to welcome y'all back to the PM Lifestyle Podcast, man. This is a crazy edition we finna have. Hope everybody was safe, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed themselves, you know what I'm saying, and had a great time. Kept their phalanges and everything intact and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Drove home safe. But today, man, we're coming towards the end of like midway of the year and stuff like that. So if you haven't followed me yet and don't know what it is, we just started this show like halfway through the season, halfway thugh the year. I mean halfway of the points of the first quarter. So if you haven't followed me, you know what I'm saying, tap into the PM Lifestyle Podcast on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, / at the Lifestyle Podcast, PM Lifestyle Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Falon McKnight, on Gmail, Facebook, anything like that. Tap in. If not, you know what I'm saying, the Lifestyle Podcast, everything will be tied in together. We just now got merch, you know what I'm saying? So we have the Lifestyle Podcast t-shirts coming towards you, towards soon right now. So lock in, place your order. You know what I'm saying? You go to falonmcknight.com, get all that stuff going right now. It's a special little tab that'll have to where you can place your order and get everything going for your size, your colors, everything like that, stuff like that. So it's a great product, great material, you know what I'm saying? And it's a great price. So today we're gonna tap in with some people, man. We have a lot of grown folks in the building, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be from a lot of different areas and things like that. So tap in, enjoy, you know what I'm saying? If you're following on Facebook, share it. If you're on Instagram and things like that, like it, share, whatever you gotta do, just tap into it. So today we're gonna bring in a couple of very important people I've met throughout a lifetime of lifespan of growing up when I was younger to the point of right now, 2025. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be like the topic of today, what's going on. We're trying to balance out things that's going on from like an early time period, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure out what times were good for other people, you know what I'm saying, and for other people what times wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? So all the way up to this point. And so that's what we're gonna discuss. And we're gonna have a balance and the kind of like contrast of what's like the difference. Is it the main difference? You know what I'm saying? And what really caused if problems, if any, you know what I'm saying, or what made things better, you know what I mean, for that time period. So right now I want to like introduce my guest. I want to first person I want to bring in is Tashmika. I want to bring in my girl Gina, you know what I'm saying? New to the building and to the episode. We also got Janice in the building. And I got my guy Mike in the building. What's up, y'all?
What
What
up,
up,
though?
though?
How's everybody 4th of July? Everything was good?
Everything was smooth.
Good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So check this out. Look, what we're gonna do, I want to thank everybody for coming out, you know what I'm saying, and welcome y'all to the show. A couple of y'all, well, most of y'all, it's y'all first time. Gina, it's her first time. I mean, second time here. So we're gonna go around the table, man. And what we're gonna talk about is kind of like the balance of like what happened in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When we was partying when we were younger, and then like how the times was to current day. You know what I'm saying? And what's the difference, and what's the contrast in a lot of things that's going on. So like one of the things I just saw in the news, and after I ask the question, we can go around and what I'll do is like highlight everybody's picture, and we'll start and like from the top after I ask the question, then circle the room, and then like towards the end, if you have any questions and things like that, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and um drop any information like that. But for the most part, we're gonna go around right now around the room, starting from Tashmika. Introduce yourself, any social media stuff like that that you have, and anything that you might want to let the people know who you are, what they can follow, and what you do, anything special, things like that. Then we'll go around the room, and then we'll get the thing started.
What up, though? I'm Tash Mika. I am Falon's cousin. I am an entrepreneur. I own a concrete pumping company. I've owned that for about 15 years. Concrete pumping meaning I do the foundation and the slabs for new build. So new construction, new homes that are coming up. I work directly with the home builders, and we pump the concrete for new homes. I also have a little side situation where I work at the hospital. I'm 49. I have a 23-year-old daughter. I live in Dallas. Instagram is I'm so thick with it, and Facebook is just Tashmika. uh,
That was wild.
that's really it. Well, I know Gina, when me and Gina know each other. This is going to get wild, just so y'all know. I am
Right.
also dating the gentleman in the corner, which is Mike.
Welcome again, Mike. So
What's
look,
up?
go ahead, Gina. You go ahead. That was wild what you did, Gina.
She talk, period.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead, Gina.
sorry to
You
I'm
start
sorry to
start with
keep
yourself.
being muting because I am on a rooftop pool party. I'm sorry, y'all. This is last
Awesome.
minute. But anyway, my name is Gina. I go by DJ Valentine. I'm a DJ. Also, I'm a surgeon, first assist. What else am I? I'm cranioprosthesis. So if you know anybody who has alopecia, going through chemo, radiation, looking for a medical wig, I am that girl. You can find
Hey.
me on Instagram, Gina GNAH 1980. You can find me on Instagram _DJ Valentine. You can even find me on Instagram as my clothing line, which is official design by Valentine. Okay.
There we go. There we go. And go ahead at the bottom left. I think it's my left. So Janice, go ahead and introduce yourself and what you know what I mean, how people can get in contact with you.
Hi, my name's Janice. Um, I prefer that nobody get in contact with me, so you can find me on Facebook. It's Janice Mariah Perry on Facebook, but you probably won't get in. So go ahead and send that friend request if you want, but you probably won't get in.
That part.
Um, I am I'm a mother of three grown children, one YN. Um, he's a YN for real, okay? So that's why I say that. I don't do too much special, so I work from home during the daytime and part time at Dave and Buster's in the evening. So if you're in Killeen and you go to the new Dave and Buster's, you will see me there.
Okay.
And if not, then I'm out with the YNs and YBs partying like I'm still in my 20s, even though I'm about to be a grandmother soon.
Okay. And Mike, go ahead and let the people know about you, man.
What can I say? Well, one, I'm Mike Harmison. I'm from Chicago. I've been down here in Dallas for about shit, 15, 20, wait, 15 years now.
Yeah.
Uh, shit, I'm just a regular IT nigga. That's about it.
Okay. Hey, cause I'm gonna be honest with you. You said, what more could you say? And you like Tommy. I don't know what you do, nigga.
Hey,
Do you? You
bald
don't
head,
have a
no, bald head and glasses.
the head always clean, always fresh. It is powerful. Like, hey, what's up?
That's
So yeah,
that's
man.
me.
Hey,
That's
you
the
see, I was
thing.
attentive. I was like, "Nigga, what are you about to say?" Well, yeah. So I like to welcome y'all to the show, man. So well, I know we all from different places. I heard you say Colleen and Janice, right?
Yeah, but I'm from California, so born and raised Southern California. I've been in Killeen for
4 years
about
old.
4 years
What
now.
part of Southern California?
Yeah. The OC, the bougie part.
Oh, okay.
So where Disneyland is, Laguna Beach, Newport
Oh,
Beach.
okay.
Yeah,
Everything they
that
had a
part.
TV show about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
that part.
tour them streets up out there when I grew up a little bit. So, like everybody's had a chance to experience like life back in the '90s, transitioning from the '80s when things was just like a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You saw different things on television. You know what I mean? Like life was a little bit different. No social media. You know what I mean? If you took a picture of somebody, you had to have a Polaroid or something. What's the one where the little thing had to come out of the when you took the picture? Then you or
We
you
had
well,
Polaroids, but we also you had to bring your film to, like, it was CVS now, but back in the day it was like some Eckerd's or drugstore.
yeah, I know you would know.
Baby,
had to do the
you
little
be
what you
super
call it.
embarrassed when you get to there and you got a bunch of news in your film strip. And you know the little man who developed your film then got your buck naked. You be like, sir, sorry.
I'm missing 13 pictures.
Okay, no, dead ass. He was like, I know I took some photos. Not you done duplicated my shit. Yeah, no. So I think I've seen it. Are you in your 40s, Janice? Yeah. So I think
Hmm.
we didn't have Polaroids. We didn't have film you got to develop, then the camera phones. Yeah, I done been through it all. And camcorders.
Camcorders and everything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So y'all remember the big camcorder, the first one, the big joint.
At Freaknik.
Yeah. Hanging out the back. Dudes hanging out the back of Astro vans and stuff like that. So,
Oh no, we was on the back of the bikes.
so I'm glad you said that. You said Freaknik. So, like, to put people in that time period, you know what I mean? People was kind of like regretting doing Freaknik and watching out for their mamas recently a couple of months ago. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
if
my
y'all
Well,
daughter
remember that.
definitely asked me, Mom, am I gonna see you on that documentary?
Yes.
Maybe. No, I did. I attended Freaknik. I attended Capitol Beach Party in the 90s. I am 49. So I will say this though. I started partying like super young. So even though I was at those events, I probably was still like in my teens or like early 20s, 19, whatever. But yeah, no, me and my group of friends, we were all no kids, always had money, always had a job and stuff like that. So we were able to travel and kick it in a solid group of like 5 of us who are still friends to this day. We kicked it at Freaknik Kappa Beach Party. We traveled to different countries. Like, I really think that how this generation is traveling and stuff like that, we did do those things. We just didn't have a type of bread and go to the places that they went to. But we definitely did travel and have a good time back in
Mhm.
the day. I think things were a lot safer when you say like for this generation is that we wasn't getting blasted all over the place with certain things. But I think we did just as much as they're doing now. I don't think it's a big difference. Like when people say, well, back in the day, you literally, we did the same shit. We did the same thing. It's just a different
Oh
generation,
no, wait
same
a minute.
thing.
Are you sure about that? What do you think about that, Mike?
oh, it's completely different actually. We did a lot of the same. Well, I didn't go to Freaknik. I'm 36, so I think Freaknik happened when I was like 5, something like that.
I didn't go to
So,
Freaknik and I'm 47.
oh well,
Yeah,
I didn't go to
I didn't
none
go to
of them.
Freaknik either.
I,
I was underage. I was watching Power Rangers.
But what's the difference?
Cool Power Ranger. Wicked. What you mean? What's the
so
difference?
The same thing. How girls dress now. Well, I will say this. I'm gonna be honest with you, and
No.
maybe Gina can even put it to the. For Lauren, you even know this though. Me and my homegirls, we was ahead of time. We wore the lace naked shit. Like we really came out and put that shit on in Dallas. A lot of women didn't see. Like I would be standing out in the club because I was the thong on in the club with a see-through lace dress back in the 90s. So when I see it being done today, really don't be like shocking to me because I did do it.
Okay.
I was dressed like that
I'm glad you
back
said
in the
that.
day.
So imagine how shocking it was when they saw that back in the day compared to today. You see it so much that it's kind of dumbed down. Like
Oh
these
yeah,
younger
no,
dudes be
for
seeing it
sure.
and be like, cool. I know
Yeah,
when you I remember leaving, meeting y'all at the club. I wasn't even old enough to get in again.
me
You know what I
either.
mean? I had an ID that was saying I was 25 at the time. But when y'all hit the parking lot and I seen what y'all had on and old girl was there for me, I was like, oh, it's about to be a problem.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way. Like, you know what I mean? When I saw it, I was like, heck nah, this is crazy. And then I seen the reaction of the club. It was like people just parted, just party ways out the way. And just like, I was like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, that was like our social media at the very highest that you can get at that point. You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like dumbed down. Janice, you don't think it's kind of like it's oversaturated till it doesn't have the
Um,
same effect?
I do think maybe it doesn't have the same effect just because you see
Mhm.
it so much now and it's so
mhm.
available. I mean, I wasn't at Freaknik, but I definitely was on Crenshaw Boulevard when I was 15, half naked, trying to holler at dudes, cruising up and down there. But I think that that's the only way that you were going to get seen is if you got out somewhere. Now it's you just go online and you can
yeah,
just look at it. It's there. So yeah, it probably is a little more watered down and doesn't have the same
Mhm.
yeah.
effect that it did back
And
then.
look, I was on Crenshaw with my uncles and my cousins and them. Shout out to B and Cube. Um, we still didn't, you know, we had it was just the excitement of being out there with the cars and what people would see. I didn't know that was different. I thought this would happen everywhere in the world, in America. You know what I mean? I didn't know that
Yeah.
everybody didn't have a Crenshaw. I thought because when I looked at my television, what y'all saw on television in different places, well, I ain't gonna say you, but like where Gina and Tashmika and Mike might have seen on television where they're located, you know what I mean? It was different. I'm thinking that it was all the same. So, but I still didn't
Yeah.
see the women that were like when I seen Aaliyah put the little strap out of her jeans, I thought that was like, oh, you know what I mean? At the point. So when I go to
Mhm.
Dallas, just see them come out with just the top on and the what you call them at the time, it was two different worlds, you know what I mean? But at the in my life, the South was actually different. It was different. I think it was
Yeah.
slower, but it was faster than Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different. Like
Yeah.
you and Mike, where you from?
I'm from Chicago. Like
Uh,
I think everybody got like y'all said, they got a Crenshaw Boulevard. Like for me, we had the lake, so we had everything from shit 63rd up to Lake to the Navy Pier. That's driving all up down the Lakeshore Drive. So everything we had the car shows, we had the beach right there, we had um, shit, just people just walking around, just kicking it, having a good time. Like right around now, before shit started going crazy in Chicago, like the taste was on the third instead of the end of June going into July. The taste of Chicago. It used to be from the 1st of July to the 5th.
mhm.
Now it's too many people down there and people be shooting shit up, so it's completely different. So it is a little bit dangerous, but you just gotta know how to move and shit like that. Watch where you at.
So what you said is a little bit different though. Even y'all had a beach and things of that nature. The exposure was a little bit different too, though, right? Y'all was able to see the women, and it was a little bit different the way people carried themselves and stuff like that. So, what era was it? What how was your communication, man? Were you communicating with
So
cell phone or no pager?
I had well, I didn't
You had
have a
what?
pager, but I saw everything from pages. I didn't have a pager, but I had house phone, cell phone, text messages when they were still you gotta buy when they dollar a text. Then we got nights and weekend free minutes when it's free before 9,
So everybody on the show
after
right
9.
now is a free before nights and weekend generation too,
Yeah.
right?
Dead ass.
All right. So who going back to pages? Who had
Oh,
a
I
pager?
definitely had a pager and a two-way.
You had a pager? You had a beeper?
Yeah.
Everybody? All the way to the generation one? The very
Yeah, I
first
had
one?
the very first pager.
Okay. Who
We
had the
even
very
had a phone in the car that was in the suitcase.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all you was in there.
Yeah, we had a phone in the car in the suitcase, and I think it was like $4.99 a minute. Bro, we was like, we had such a buy. You got 60 seconds flat to get that shit off or and hang up. We got $5. That's it.
Alright, so y'all was doing that whole little thing before people were trying to make collect calls. Let's say whatever they had to say.
Oh, but
Bypassing
I
with
used
the
to make
boy.
payphones too. Now I didn't use the payphone too because we used to get a beep. We
Hmm.
kept a stack of quarters in the car to get out and use the payphone to call whoever back before we got the phone in the car.
But sometimes you didn't even put money in the payphone. You just made the collect call. Was
That's true.
like said what you needed to
And
say
hang up.
during your name part, and then hang up. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. We did do that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
oh, no, what was crazy was caller ID was introduced to Texas before Los Angeles. So I personally didn't know about caller ID until I came out here and I ran into y'all. So I'm going through the house, man. I'm running through the crib. Y'all running through the house with that little cord with the rope on it. The
Oh,
cord, the
that the
phone
box
cord
was on the
with
box
the
that
little
showed who
box.
was
Yeah.
calling.
And
Yeah.
then every time the phone ring, everybody would run to this little phone and do this. Like the whole house would pause. I'm like, what's wrong? What's
Who
on this
calling?
little box that everybody looking at? You know what I'm saying? So everybody remember that transition. So just imagine like that's what we live in. You know what I'm saying? I know like we y'all remember. So like, what's the earliest? family show that y'all might have seen or remember on TV. So I'm gonna say like the Cosby's. I'm gonna take that one away. That's a freebie. You can't use the Cosby, and you can't use a different world. What's another family show or black show that y'all remember seeing coming up?
Probably the Jeffersons.
In living
Jeffersons.
color.
What else? Janice, what you got?
I was watching in living color. That was that's what I was
Living Color.
into. As far as yeah.
I remember. I
That's
remember
probably
Living
my
Color.
wife and
So
kids
I
for
mean,
me.
I was definitely stuck watching like Perry Mason and stuff because I grew up with my white grandmother. So like the Andy Griffin show and stuff like that, and in the heat of the night. Um,
So wait a minute. I watched every show you just watched, and I don't even have a white
yeah.
grandmother.
Oh
Yeah.
my Murder She Wrote. Like I was tired of watching that
I'm gonna
stuff.
one up you. My white grandma used to make us watch Carol Burnett.
Is
Oh
that the
my
lady with the little
gosh.
broom?
Oh Mama's what is it called? Like
Oh
Mama's
yes, yeah,
Family
that
or
was a good
something
show
like
too.
that. Yes.
Gina, what's the? I see you had just chimed back in. What's your early recollection of a black TV show? And you can't say the Cosby's, and you can't say different world.
Good times.
Yeah, any time period. This is like what's
No,
the
she
girl?
said good times.
Oh, good
Good
times. I was just about
times.
to
No,
say
she said
good
good
times.
times.
Oh yeah.
The facts of
Wait, so
life.
are
Yeah,
we
the facts
talking
of life
about
The
too.
facts of life. I
are we
do
Yep.
talking
remember
about
that.
Facts of
shows
life.
that
Yeah.
was on like you had to watch at appointment TV while you was coming up, or just shows that you
Well,
just watched?
this is the contrast. Like now in this day and time, you can watch 24-hour television. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's what
I
I'm
come up
saying.
in a period where it was programmed television, is what they called it. And I know we all should remember about 11:30, 12 o'clock when the TV would go off and an American flag would start
Facts
Mhm.
flagging
and
across the TV and
Mash.
the jets come flying across that time period. So a lot of the stuff that we actually caught when they was actually making it, and you know what I'm saying, like making the shows, and they was really true seasons. Now somebody say we got 20 seasons. I'm like, dang, it's been on 20 years.
Or if you didn't catch it at the time it came on, you missed the show.
That
Like
part.
you had to be sitting
Yes.
in front of your TV at that time, or else you just didn't get to see it.
And what it took like another week, right?
Yeah, and now you gotta now they can rewind, they can go straight to whatever they want to see. Yeah. Because I remember not being able to leave and go anywhere if you wanted to watch a show, if you really liked it. You had to be sitting down waiting.
Unless you had a VCR, like a
Oh
recording
yeah.
VCR hooked up and blank tapes, and then you could record it on that blank tape and then go back and watch it and then
Yeah.
re-record over it.
I didn't later on. Hold on. Give me just a second.
Gina, what rooftop you at?
I'm on this damn rooftop party, pool party or
In Dallas?
whatever. And baby, yeah, in Dallas. Look, how do I turn the camera around? I don't even know how to turn this shit around. And baby, the way I'm looking at some of these people, I'm depressed. I can't
At
even
least
turn
it's
this shit
It
sunny
must
around.
over
not be not
there.
nan nigga there.
Yeah, there is a whole
Oh,
facts. And then hold on, Poppy. I got something for you. Hold on.
oh, it's a bunch of girl. Is she got a
Going wrong. Going wrong.
Them legs
And
do
she
not
in my
match that
way and I'm
booty.
feeling no,
My bad. I
let
had a
me
little
turn this
technical
shit
issue.
around. I gotta see this. How you turn this thing around so she can see it?
Now, what y'all was talking about?
Got a BBL
No,
in the
back
at the pool
camera
party.
front.
The BBL.
Oh, is that real or fake?
Oh my goodness. Wait, are you in Frisco?
Nah, I'm in McKinney.
I'm in
Oh,
Dallas,
okay.
right by
No,
the
no, no. I'm talking about at the
American
pool party. She had
Airlines.
looked like that Frisco rooftop.
Oh, we're
Child, that shit is messed up. Okay, turn me back
Girl, that's a
around.
mess.
Look, this shit was disturbing.
she like knock me
in the
too?
same leg. She knock kneed and bow
Yeah,
legged
Bruh.
in the same leg.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, so
Uh-huh.
that jean material, was that all the way up her back, or am I
It's,
tripping?
go
Or was
back.
that
Turn
something
me,
else?
turn me around so I can
Yeah, they
show
too.
you.
She got them too
Hurry up,
high. You
hurry up,
right.
hurry up, right now. Hurry now,
Now
hurry
I'm
up.
gonna say this disclaimer, Gina, we are not, we're not liable for what she said.
Oh my
We are
goodness.
not
That
liable
is
for views and comments
crazy.
of.
Turn me back around.
Bless her little heart.
Yeah, yeah, she trying though. You know,
See,
I ain't never
same thing.
going around
Ass out
y'all.
in the middle of the pool party.
look, she trying though. Her thing is like this: she is not gonna lose today. She can go to a
Mhm.
local 7-Eleven, anywhere. She gonna win.
Absolutely
She
No,
gonna
not.
she gonna win. Let me tell you who she gonna
Win
win
what?
with: a Mexican or a white
No.
boy.
and what's wrong with that? Winning is
Nothing, because
winning.
they.
Is a winning. That's a win.
Look, OKC
A
just
win is a
won.
win.
You don't care who they even played, who they beat. Who was it? Indiana? A
Yeah.
win
Yep.
is a win.
It's
She's
still
winning
gonna count.
somewhere. I go to the store right now. I couldn't win nothing
Mhm.
Well,
out
that's
of there.
true. It is a woman's world.
Now it's a different day and age too, man. It's crazy. So with that being said, comparing everything to today, you know what I'm saying? I seen a post today where a dude went viral. And we live in a day and age right now, and that's the big thing, that viral moment. And people are like doing anything to achieve that moment. You know what I mean? So back in the day, I would say, without even trying to, Poppy, you would have achieved a viral moment walking in the club, and the way that
Oh
thing was set
yeah.
up, if we had the cameras, and the way it happened that way, because the club is packed. It's at Lakeside, the club that doesn't exist anymore. It's different. It was like a true weekend. It's on the lake. It's cracking. You know what I'm saying? This is when music was music, and people went to the club and didn't want to go in there to fight, or what I mean, do stuff like that in the club. They want you to basically enjoy yourself until 2 o'clock. And this is when they was charging like $10 and free to get in and stuff like that. So the day a kid went viral, it was a dude. He wore a dress with some Jordans, and I think some fingernail polish and things like that. And we live in a world, people can do what they want to do, and things are different. How do y'all like compare our time period to the extreme that they talk about? Now, we just named everything that we did, and everything was just normal. Nothing was over the top. Nothing was exaggerated. You know what I mean? Very minimum, bare, and it was just things that you would remember. Nostalgia from that time period. Like right now, like w- how is the social media and the things like that and the viral moments affecting people? What do you think about these young men doing that type of thing?
I don't think that it's so much viral moments as it is where people are soft now, right? So everybody has to be politically correct, and they try to praise people for stuff that um, I mean, it's not okay. Like it, but because we're in a generation where you can't say that, or you can't, or it's considered bullying. Now all of a sudden this is empowering. Like, no, that you look stupid. Like, it's not okay. But everyone's soft. You can't say what you want to say to people. And we didn't grow up in that generation. In our generation, if you did that, they're gonna tell you about yourself. Like, that's just what it was gonna be. And you were gonna suck it up and move along.
So was our generation harder or softer? What do you think?
I think our
It
generation was
was.
harder. Like, we weren't always using that term bullying, or, oh, but no, it, get it together. Like, suck it up,
Just to get it
move
together.
along. Like, that's just what it
All
I
is.
right. So,
agree.
so
So,
like Mike, what do you think about the situation right there? Like, what I mean, as being a male, black male
Uh huh.
in America, and it's hard. What are you thinking about? I mean, these dudes doing these extremes, and how we're looked at as we when we are in public and we doing different things, how people might look at us as ways we carry that ourselves as too square, or too normal, or not thug enough, or we ain't this and ain't that and that, like that, like the comparison from back in the day to now. What do you think about that, and how it compares into, you know,
Yeah.
us growing up
So
and things like that?
I think it's always been around. It just didn't have a camera on it per se. But to
What's been
what's
around?
your name? People painting their nails, uh, dudes wearing dresses, but I think it's just more just a camera on it. And I agree with what Janice said with um, with the younger generation. It's my generation. We are well. It's the generation after me, I should say. It might bleed into mine, but I'm not gonna claim it. Um, we are a little bit softer than y'all were because we have more input from people that we don't know, that's telling people that you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to be doing that. I think, and like as far as the bullying thing, my generation, we had bullying, but we didn't call it bullying at that point. Hey, I'm gonna roast your ass if you not here, if you not right. You gonna get clowned on. You gonna get talked about. Hey,
Or some of that, deal with it, right? Like Jenna said, just
yeah,
deal with
deal
it.
with it. Grow up. Talk. Hey, make a joke back, or just be quiet. Be quiet and just talk about it on the side with your two friends, or have the circle. You
That's
had the
it.
opportunity to do both. You didn't have to like be a mute for the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference when I grew up to where even today I had to like reprocess things the way I want to deal with things versus now and the cameras. I got away with a lot of stuff back in the day. It wasn't no cameras. Poppy, I remember you. I know you remember the time we was at the mall, right? When I first got out here.
What happened?
And,
Look before
uh,
you tell on us what happened.
that's how I was trying to be light with it. But we had
When
a
we get in
little
the fight, what happened?
in the parking lot. Yeah, there's a little
We did
altercation
something in the parking lot.
with the parking space, and I jump out and basically it wasn't no cameras. You know what I'm saying? Today, if
Mm-hmm.
that would have happened, what happened in that parking lot,
Oh, somebody would have definitely pulled out a camera on
Oh,
you.
that shit would have
it'd have
been
been
on the
cameras
news somewhere.
everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big difference. And comparison to today's time, man, it's like it's even if nobody even had the cameras on them, there's gonna be cameras posted up high somewhere that people checking out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
I
So
think the
like,
difference is too, it allows people to have an opinion who really would probably never ever speak about certain things. But when you can be anonymous somewhere on social media or anywhere and have an opinion about something, that's where these people are able to live a different life, because people say things that they wouldn't dare say in public, or they would never have the courage to even say. They hide behind different little avatars, different little things, to where they can voice themselves and really say how they feel without anyone ever knowing who they are. So it allows people who really are not extroverted people, or really people who out in the open, to be out
mhm.
in the open, but also hide at the same time.
Okay, well,
That's what social media does.
before social media? Now let's jump back into our time. Well, that's what we can see now. Let's jump back into our time. Somebody just dialed 911. You don't know where it came from, and the police just come knocking at your door, and it's just, you know what I mean? And you don't have a clue. And they tell you, so we still, like you said, did we still kind of have the same thing? Or is it that you mad that now you can see the effects of what took place, and then the after effects of, you know what I mean, the phone calls and things like that. So it's like the contrast is a little bit different, you know what I mean? But everything is kind of like still the same. It's just the way we look at it, no? What you think, Gina?
It's no, what I'm saying is it's similar, but social media and bullying allows someone who would never ever step to a person in real
Yeah.
life. It allow you to do a bunch of this shit right here, but never ever would you do that in real life. And I know
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of social media, they are real life because the shit is real and people are real. But at the same time, you can say what you want to say. I can say what I want to say sitting right here and never have to see Janice. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted to say anything to her right now, I could be whatever I wanted to be behind this screen. It allows me to bully and do whatever I want. But you wouldn't do the same thing face to face or in a real life setting. How we really seen people. If you got into it with somebody at school, oh, they was gonna see your ass come the weekend, wherever you at, the park, the club, the wherever. There
Mm-hmm.
was no say what you want to say on social media. and then I won't see you. Oh, we gonna see you for sure.
I mean, I'm 43 and I still do that at this age. Like, if you hop on my Facebook and you say anything out of the
Mm,
way to me, I'm not gonna argue with you. Go ahead and throw your address in them
mm.
comments. I'll pull up. Like, we can have this conversation in
But
person. Like, we can have the conversation in person. And I've told plenty of people that.
Oh my
Like, or do
goodness.
you need my address? Because you can pull up over here. Like,
but what
no.
about a complete
I think that
stranger?
our
What
generation,
about a complete stranger who
I
live?
don't
No, I'm
care.
saying, what about a complete stranger who live far away? You see people post a picture and people say the ugliest things about because they live in wherever. You'll
Me
never
being
be able to really
Temecula.
see it. So people to me, that's but I agree with you
Who
though.
said
But I
Temecula?
agree with you
What's
though.
it,
Kids
Temecula?
today, like I tell my daughter's 23. I should tell her, if you ever get online and let a fucking stranger make you feel bad about yourself, girl, please. You cannot put value in a complete stranger's comments on social media because you don't know them and they don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that I have a temper. Like, I know, like I said, I work from home, and my boss, she lived in Arkansas, and she made a comment to me, and I told her, I was like, if it's a problem, I could go ahead and take a trip to Arkansas. Like, we can have this
Oh,
Dang,
that's your
conversation in
man.
boss,
person.
huh?
She asked me to
Yes,
take it to the
and
mark.
she knew I was
Come on.
serious.
Come
I'm
on.
not like
Man,
I don't care who you are. You're not
I got you
disrespecting me.
down for
So, or
if we have any problems, I got you.
do
I
it to
got you.
my face. Yeah, do it to my face. Like, say it to my face. I'm not with all that like online chitter chatter, like all that stuff. No, say it to
Okay,
my
so
face.
back in the day, what would happen back in the day? We would come to school, had that
Back in
problem.
the day, then
You
we're
know what
gonna
I'm
fight.
saying?
That's
It
just
ain't
what
gonna
it's
go
gonna
what,
be.
24 hours, maybe? Maybe 48 hours before it's a problem, a whole school day?
No.
No,
No, you're gonna fight
no,
immediately.
you
Like,
you
you're gonna have the
I'm talking
conversation
about
and you're gonna get
from
to it.
problem to the start. Y'all scratch just like pit bulls just from the jump. Every time it was a problem, boom, you push, and it was just y'all. It didn't boil.
Yeah.
It didn't get to a point to where it had
Well,
to.
listen, I don't know what kind of schools you was going to, but it was you get to school, you have a conversation. If it's a problem, we either finna fight in these halls, or as soon as this bell
Yeah,
ring,
that's what I'm
we finna
saying.
walk
Like,
down the
how
street,
long is it taking to
and you see
marinate?
everybody
Okay,
walking.
okay, I'm just checking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so and that's just how it was. So I mean, I I used to always do it in middle school. I remember a girl had a problem with my sister. My sister told me the day before. I got to school the next morning before school started. Saw her in the hallway. We went ahead and took care of the problem. Like, that's just what it was. And it wasn't, oh, somebody's bullying someone.
Right.
No, like, this is what it is. We're going to get to it. We're going to handle the problem and then move along. And it's not me bullying you. It's me whooping your ass for something that you did that you didn't have no business doing. And that we move along.
When did
That's
you
it.
start hearing the phrase bully?
Yeah.
I feel like I started hearing the phrase bullying when my kids, probably like my
Mhm.
oldest son, was in school. And I was so confused by the
Mhm.
term,
I can tell you.
because I probably
Go ahead, Janice. Sorry.
was a bully. I, I probably was a bully, like, in school. Like, I'm
Janice,
not even gonna lie.
if
I
Janice,
definitely,
if you
like,
gotta say probably, you was a
You
bully.
probably was.
I was. I
You was a
was.
bully. I
But,
gotta guarantee you a little bit.
but listen, so keep in mind, it's me, my sister, and maybe like three other black kids in an all Hispanic
Mm.
and white school. You're not gonna talk about my hair, my skin color. You're not gonna say nothing to my sister. Like, we just no. If you have something to say it. And I'm gonna put these hands on you. I'm gonna take this 3-day suspension and then come back to school. And I bet you won't say it again. Like, so,
Yeah,
like what she said, I feel like people now are more empowered to sit behind a screen and say something because there's no
Yeah.
consequences to it.
but you can say this time period is more
So
sensitive, basically, too.
Like Gina noticed. I grew up
yeah,
around Gina and my other cousins. We would be at the school immediately. And well, for know this because he didn't had us slide folks for less. So
I don't know
he used to
nothing.
Why are you
call us and
incriminating
make us
people?
slide folks for less. But I'm saying, like, we didn't call it bullying either. It's like you don't. This word really did come to me when I had a kid, and I would be like, "What do you mean? What is bullying?" It's a
Exactly.
I didn't really get it either. Now I do think there is a thing where kids just pick on people for no reason. I get that, but I don't believe confrontation. All that shit is normal in a kid's life, and it's something that I think every kid needs eventually to know about life in general.
Well, see, I just heard you say, hold
And
on,
maybe
pause
it's
right there.
our
I just
job.
heard you say, they might be picking with you for no reason. So, what's the definition of bullying? Is it somebody, like the little boy that liked the little girl and he's always messing with her, pulling on her hair and things like that? Or is this physical contact?
There is no whatever definition they made up for it. It's a made up word. That's what it is. There's no such thing. Like if we as parents are supposed to teach our children, like there's consequences for your
Mm.
actions. So whether it's something that you do at home or you're doing at school to another child, like don't don't call me talking about, oh, they're bullying me. Well, why? Oh, because I told them that they look stupid and something. Oh, okay. Well, you shouldn't have been running your mouth. Like, so if you weren't ready, I don't know. That's just how I taught my kids. Like, if you're not ready to fight or stand on what you're saying
Yeah.
or however you're feeling, then keep your mouth shut. Like, because it's gonna turn to an altercation. So, and I feel like maybe we failed somewhere as parents.
No, it's a such thing as
So
there is a such thing as bullying because people
I don't believe in it.
no, there's a such thing as bullying because the people that get picked on for like the nerds that get picked on for like in comic books just get picked on sometimes and they don't know how to stand up for themselves. So that is like unprovoked bullying is a thing, but if you're just talking to talk and then you get smacked in your face, that's a whole nother thing.
Okay, again, Michael, is it picking, no, bullying, well, whatever it is, whatever we call it, is it the actual physical contact of abuse and messing with somebody, like just picking with somebody, like Tashmika said, picking, that's like when you just keep on agitating someone, you know what I mean? Is it
Hmm.
overall just messing with a person, whether it's physical, cursive, verbal? Because my little daughter was bullied recently this year, you know what I mean? And she didn't even want them to, handle the situation. She was kind of like, don't even approach it because it's gonna make it worse. So, are you speaking about
I was to
physical
say.
contact,
I
or,
think it's
or
bullying. I think it's only bullying when it comes to like the physical, when it comes to like a physical altercation. Talking is a whole different thing. You just getting roasted.
Mhm.
But physical physical altercations, I would say that that's the bullying part on that side because so it's just talking up until then.
Well, see, then I feel like too, like I also just say this, like I always prepare my daughter for this, and I'm not into the colorism shit and all that shit or whatever, but I have a very light skin, what black people consider good hair, all that shit or whatever. That's what my daughter looks like. Really popular, cheerleader, all that shit. And I prepared her for you're gonna have some bitches that's hating, which is a form of a little bit what they consider bullying. So they tried to play with her to that in that perspective. When I say unprovoked for no reason because of how she looked, because of her, where we live, that kind of shit. This is what I said to her. This is gonna happen for the rest of your life. So either you're gonna stand up for yourself, you're gonna defend yourself, and you're gonna just take it for what it is because it's gonna come in every form. It that the word bullying is what y'all using, but bitch is really just hating. So that's be prepared for this is gonna happen for the rest of your life when it comes to different things in life. It's to me, I agree with Mike. If you put your hands on me though, and I can't really, and I'm weaker and I can't defend myself, maybe that's bullying. But the talking and all that, either teach your kids how to fight or teach your kids how to respond back. That's it.
so what if the parent can't fight
Oh,
and
because I done pulled up too. No, I done
you
pulled up.
can't teach
And
the
my
kid to
daughter said
fight?
what your daughter said. Mom, please don't come because you're gonna make it worse. Well, let me tell you what's gonna happen though, because I'm showing up.
Not if the parent can't fight. So there's always somebody. There's always
Oh, who
somebody.
can't
There's a
fight?
cousin. There's somebody. There's always somebody that you can
Waiting
say.
on you
There is
two.
never. Yes, there is never a what if somebody nobody can fight.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go recruit somebody to make this happen, but the times is different, man. Like you said, I come from an era where we caught you on site. We caught you right there. Or something happened in the morning on the bus, it's gonna be talked about it. By the time I drop
Yeah.
our kid at the school, it's going down. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to where we on our way home from school, or we on the en route. But it's gonna happen within 48 hours. You know what I'm saying? Something's gonna happen. Now these kids are committing, and I ain't trying to make fun about it, nothing like that, but they're committing suicide just off of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Social cyberbullying. Like I don't know what that is. You know, it's kind of hard for me to even compute that, but that's the big difference right now in it.
But that's us failing as
Yeah, I agree.
parents to prepare to prepare our children for what this world is like. So that's failure on the parent side. Like making your child strong enough to know who they are and that it's okay to be who they are. And it doesn't matter what someone says as long as they're secure in who they are. So if you fail to do that for your children as as a parent, then you make them susceptible to depression and wanting to commit suicide and stuff like that. And I'm not. I know this sounds bad because it's like we're blaming the parents, but it is our job to
Yeah,
prepare our children for what this world is about to give them.
I agree.
So
Well, you not to cut y'all off, but on the other side of it, like you can't.
I want to
I don't
I
say it's a
disagree with
failure.
that.
You're. Oh, go ahead.
Well, let me go ahead. Go ahead,
I'm
Valentine. We'll
sorry.
let you go, and then
Um,
Mike, you'll take after her, and then Corey, you next.
All right.
okay, I disagree with that because no matter how much you let your kids know, hey, you know, don't let this bother you. You're better than that. You are who you are. You can and feed that into your kids over and over and over again. It doesn't matter. We're not there when they're in this high school or when they're in this when they're in school and they're battling all different types of things and things that people say. And if y'all say like physically, no, verbally will attack you for real. It will definitely attack you. My oldest son went through bullying really bad, and he didn't tell me because he know I'm ghetto and I do get down with the get down. And he said I'm not going to get my mom involved because she has a career. So he never told me. I didn't know anything until he broke a sign in my apartment. And I said, "Well, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, these guys took my basketball and they threw it, and they don't never let me play basketball. They threw it." I said, "Oh, really? Let's go. We going to the court." And I brought my other two kids because I got three boys. We all going to the court. And I said, "Now you take the ball and you dribble that ball. And I dare one of you motherfuckers touch my child." And it's that sometimes your kids don't want to get like Poppy, for instance, Poppy, she'll pop off. For instance, Ebony, she'll pop off. So sometimes our kids know that and they be like, "I don't want to get my mama in trouble, or I don't want my mama
Yeah,
to be out here or feel like I don't want them to feel like I'm weak because I went and got my mama." You understand me? So it doesn't matter how much you embed in your kids that you're this person, you're better, you're this, you're that. It does not matter because you never know what they're dealing with out in school, period. And so these kids, what they're doing is they're now committing suicide and stuff like that. Back in our days, my mom would say, "You're going to go out there and you're going to fight her and you're going to keep fighting her." But that's not how that is now. They just gonna commit suicide. They be ready to kill. They be ready to die. I have a child that went through that, and I didn't even know, that he was going through that. He was trying to kill himself. Actually, he almost did. So you can't say that when it comes to no matter how much I taught them that, it still was messing him up. And he hung himself, but he didn't wasn't successful with it.
Well, I'm glad everything worked out with him in that situation. And how long has it been since that happened?
This is 2025, 2020.
Okay, okay. So and he's past that point now. Now he's kind of able to, kind of like reflect and help others and stuff like that, and maybe speak to that too to other people.
He has his moments. He still battles with it. But he have his moments where it goes up and down.
Sometime. Well, if you ever need to holler at somebody, you know what I'm saying? We're right here. You can talk to us for real. We got a community of black men, and we have even throughout the podcast space right now with Wizzo, Seven, and a lot of the brothers that we mess with right now. We actually talk about being there for people to help other young men that's coming up, and that's one of the things that we have. So, anytime you want to reach out, feel free to do it. You know what I mean? Get into contact with us. We got you. Mike was next, and then after Mike, we're gonna go to Corey. Mike, you wanted to kind of like piggyback off what Valentine was saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's really just a piggyback by based on what Janice said as far as like parents have failed. I ain't got kids, so I won't say that a parent has failed if they don't know how to tell their kid not to get bullied. I will say that y'all don't have the tools to really compare the as many voices that these kids are getting today. Like I was saying earlier, everybody ain't really should have a microphone and say what they need, say what they want to say to everybody in the world. They it's not a failure. Y'all just didn't have the tools to pass on. This is a whole new generation that they gotta learn how to deal with in this new day and age. That's all.
All right, Corey,
Corey, you
you
up?
got something to say about that or
Say what?
anything? Well, first of all, welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
so
You know
so
what I'm
I look at it
saying?
like this.
I don't know where you at. I
So
know.
this how I look at it.
Hold on. This Corey, everybody. Corey to the show. Corey, is familiar face. Um, what we're
Yeah,
talking
I'm
right
out, you
now
know
is
what I'm
just the
saying? Your boy sitting
contrast.
out.
We're talking about the contrast of back in the day to now and the differences in how we grew up and what's going on. So go ahead, man. Go ahead and say what you
So
got to say. I just wanted to introduce you real
so this
quick.
what I think it is. I think as parents we lose. You know what I mean? Like we didn't lose, but you gotta remember like how we grew up with social media. We didn't grow up with cell phones. We grew up, you know what I mean, cousins teasing you, you know what I mean? You getting beat up, you know what I mean? Invite, you know what I mean? I ain't lie. Long when I was younger, you used to be Hey, listen, hold on, but look,
I had a job to do.
but it built character. You know what I'm saying? It built who we are today. You know what I mean? So we can go to school. You know what I mean? And handle them. Hey, nobody on the phone got bullied. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because we had cousins, we had family, you know what I mean? That you criticized. Like you had to step back in a sense. And these kids don't have that, you know what I mean? They don't and what I've learned throughout the years as I'm older now, a lot of mothers, because now a lot of mothers are raising kids by themselves, right? And it's different from a mother raising a son or you know what I mean than a father is, right? So especially these sons, they don't get the same it's not the same because no, mothers want to protect. You know what I mean? Like y'all want to protect y'all kids, protect. You know what I mean? Y'all never let them really just like. I don't want to really go like on different route with this, but it's just it's a different type of. I don't want to go nowhere wrong with it, but it's just different. It's
Man, speak
different time. You know
line,
what I mean?
man.
So we gotta teach our kids. It's we gotta teach. It's different way to teach our kids because these kids are now. You know what I mean? They sensitive. Right? You know what I mean? But it's that time, right? You can't whip your kids no more. You can't discipline your kids no more. There's a lot of things you can't do with your kids no more. You know what I mean? And everybody don't want to parent like their parents parenting. So now we want to, you know what I mean, parents in a whole different way of the new generation of parenting, and his kids are soft, right? Learning from social media. That I mean, from friends, like they don't know how to even. It go it go deep. Like even at work, I don't like dealing with juveniles because it's a sensitive subject. It's sensitive. Parents always want to jump on. You know what I mean? Jump on the
No,
kid. Jump
no,
on the
you gotta
parent.
say it. Parents want to jump on what their kids' side or like
They always want to jump on the kid side. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Always want to jump. It's very complex. When it comes to that, bro, that's a very sensitive topic to talk about because everybody parents differently and everybody think their
Hmm.
parenting is the right way to parent, right? So you can't parent how we parented when we grew up because again we didn't have everything that these kids have today, right? So it's so hard to really distinguish what's how to even parent in today's time when it comes to bullying, when it comes to you know what I mean social media, when because we didn't have that. I mean we went outside, hey, you gonna throw these hands, you know what I mean? You got bullied at home with your cousins and your uncles and your nephews. If you didn't do good in the football game, you gonna get clowned. Like if you didn't do good, you gonna come home and you're gonna hear it, right? You know what I mean?
And that's just gonna happen.
Huh?
That's it. And that was just gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It happened. And these kids never experienced that. So when they do experience it, they don't know how to handle it. Because they never knew that they never had that feeling. So a lot of these kids today, a lot of these kids commit suicide than when we was. I didn't really hear kids commit suicide when we was coming up. That I didn't hear. You know what I mean? But now in today's time, that's a big thing. Even from social media, kids are killing themselves from what posts people are saying on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they
That's
never
wild.
had that feel, never experienced. They never had they never been criticized by a nephew or a cousin or you know what I mean, or an uncle, or they never had, or not even had their dad in the home.
So I'm glad you said that, Corey. And I'm glad everybody's here now. Though I can ask, oh dang, Gina's gone. I'm gonna ask this question. Check this out. So I just heard you said we didn't have social media. And everybody knows the difference between social media. Social media is fairly new, right? So I'm gonna ask everybody that's on this show right now, and I want you to be honest. How bad would you have been acting if you had social media back in our time? Poppy, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I probably, I hate to say this. Well, no, I'm just keep it 100. I know I would have popped off because I definitely would have been, a, well, I already did the whole, let's just, like dancing. I'm going to just say dancing. I'd have definitely been in the thong, thong. I'd have definitely went viral for these cheeks.
So you would have been
It
a
would have been
Hey,
a,
what do you call
Poppy,
it?
that thong.
What's the
Yeah.
social media?
Huh?
What they call them?
The
Uh,
praise break.
I try to see something, you heard me? No, I'm playing.
advantage. Let me tell you something else. I definitely would have took advantage of social media and made a bunch of bread. Like if I wasn't 49, even though they still be on it, young dudes still be on. YNs love it right now. But this is the thing. Social media would have definitely been my friend because I'd have broke bread. I definitely would have broke bread. The way these young chicks are not using social media properly and just showing it all for free, no sir. I'd have definitely used social media in the right way. OnlyFans would have been up.
I mean, they have those shows right now. I mean, I don't mean to say that, but like as far as back then compared to now, like they have the OnlyFans, they have all these shows. Like if we used it back then, like how would your life be as far as your popularity, like in school and stuff like that? Not even that. I'm just saying, like in the age,
Already
it'd have
super
been a
popular, just being like just being at the club, everybody knew Tashmika. Plus my name is just a little bit different.
okay.
But I think using social media, it would have been up. It would have been up because everybody kind of already knew who I was, because we danced at the clubs and stuff like that or whatever. I think social media, I'd have been, yeah, no, I'd be rich. I
So,
know I'd have used it
AKA,
the right way.
it'll be the same as what's going on today. Janice, what do you think? If you had the tools to use social media back then when you were in
Can I
high school
just say,
transitioning, how would that
can
have
I
worked
just
for you?
say, Gina, I'm sorry to hear your experience, and I don't mean to take anything away from you as a parent. So, with my opinion, so I want to say that first. Um, if Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
I can hear you. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I
I
had
got it.
put mute. Yo, you're fine. It's
Uh,
fine.
if I had social media back in the day, I would never have had children.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was young, I was like, I was doing whole shit. Like there's some VHS tapes running around where I made some movies and all kinds of stuff. Like there's no way because the internet, it stays there. So I would not have had children and done that to my children because they're Yeah, and people still
So,
have VCRs to this day, and there's some tapes running around. I'm just gonna say
AKA,
that.
you'd have made some money back then.
I was
Janice
doing
would have
some
been
whole
rich.
shit. Yeah, I was doing some real live, and I'm talking about like videotaping. Like, matter of fact, I should have just went ahead and joined the porn industry because it was like people were like, "Oh, I'll give you blow." Oh, okay, go ahead, run that money. Making foursome videos and all kinds of stuff. Like, yeah, I would not have had
James, what
children.
you
What?
No, let me stop. Let me.
Oh my, yeah, I was doing real live
Hey,
hoe
what'd you
shit
say?
when I was.
Janice, what nickname you was going by then, back then?
Oh my
I'm just
gosh.
playing.
Let's Google you. Can we still find you on Google?
Who the
Bro,
hell Google?
they didn't
Who the
have
hell
social
Google back
media.
then?
One time I had a one time this dude was like, "Oh, I'll give you $500." I was like, "Okay, what are we doing?" It was me, him, his brother, and some random white chick, and it was like I just let him record. And I mean, for me, growing up in Orange County, it wasn't a whole bunch of black men. So once I turned 16 and I left home and went to San Diego and was in LA and stuff and ran into niggas, I was like, "Oh, what?"
Hold
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Janice. You said when you left there and you were 16 and you went to LA and you covered a lot of ground. Like what
Hmm.
period? What year was this?
This is like from like 90, 97, 98 to like
Okay, I was
2000.
just saying
Yeah.
I got kicked
Um,
out of California in '96, so I missed you. But
yeah, but
what?
I was literally just doing whole shit. I'm not even gonna lie. So I wouldn't have had children because I would not have done that to my children where they could just log on and all of a sudden not pop up somewhere,
And
um,
see,
like busting it open. Yeah, no. Just being honest.
The wrong thing. Where the thing at? Oh, he went out. Where Gina?
I mean, we won't catch you on nothing crazy. 'Cause I mean, a good thing about it, they don't even have VHS, DVD, what you call it
Exactly.
anymore, so you straight.
Exactly. But I went into a liquor store one time in San Diego, and this girl was like, "You look so familiar. Where do I know you from?" And then she was like, "Oh my God, I see you on a tape." Like, that's how bad it was. Yeah.
well, Janice, I want to say this: you're the first celebrity I had on the show. Um, period. You know what I mean? Coming on.
It
Hey,
was
so,
bad.
so Mike, what's up, man? What do you say, man? How would it have been if you had? Did you have social media when you was coming up?
Yeah, like social media, like I would say the first social media I had was in like '04, so I was like 13.
What?
So it's
MySpace,
really just
Facebook,
about the same. Tag?
Facebook, MySpace. What?
It was called Tag.
Oh yeah,
But
you really in
it's
there.
right before MySpace though.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
like it should have like I didn't know how to, but we was just knowing how to use it. So this is like '04. But if I knew what it was now, then nothing really would have changed. My reach would have been longer, but that's about it. Like my reach in the high schools, like everybody in the conference would have been about the same.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We just ain't nothing there.
So, Gina, what about you?
Excuse
I
us.
can't. We can't hear you.
Oh, lot okay. Hang on.
I missed it. My phone died. What was the
Oh,
question?
okay. The question is like, you know what I'm saying, if you'd had social media back in our time period, I mean, looking at how they're doing things like, right now, like how would social media would have been for you in your time period in high school transition to adult? Like what would have been a difference?
Mm-hmm. Want to ask some questions? Are you
I
good?
don't even know, to be honest.
We talking about high school. Like, what'd you do? Like,
Go ahead.
Can you
Yeah, I
hear
can hear
me?
you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know because I wasn't a busted wide open person.
Is it because you didn't
I don't
have
know.
social media? Your inbox would have been a little bit more cracking.
No, because because I feel like I didn't have the body to bust it wide open and pop it. I was a skinny one.
Wow, that's crazy. Man.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I'm glad I didn't have social media when I was coming up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have the kids I have now, and man, can I imagine what was cracking if we had social media coming up? Y'all crazy. Nah, not me.
Mm,
I couldn't have social media. Been dangerous out there. It's a little too crazy. Corey, what about you, man?
I think I was pretty chill.
Corey, why are you sideways? What you
Yeah.
doing? Yeah,
I'm
you
sideways.
sideways. You must be turn your phone the other way.
It is. What you mean? Why I'm sideways?
he just the other way.
Is it straight up?
Hey, hold on. I'm sideways.
Straight up.
Drunk as
Hey,
hell.
Now
hold on. Wait.
now you
Wait.
gone.
Wait. I'm sideways.
No, just
I'm
turn it
sideways.
90.
Yeah, you sideways, Corey.
90. Just turn
Yeah, I
it
think
90.
Yeah.
Man, it says the Apple phone shit, fool.
No, I got an apple and I'm straight.
Bro, just
Everybody
turn
else
your
is
phone
straight.
90.
time
90
yeah, or
degrees.
He drunk. He don't
Turn
even
it
know what
up.
90 is.
There you
Like this.
go.
There you
there you
go.
go. There you go.
Come on,
Touchdown.
fool. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go ahead, bro. How was social
So,
media would affected you? You know what I'm saying? Because I know right now you doing your thing on social media right now as an adult. So if you was a young man coming up in the game, Corey, would it have been bad for you, beneficial, or it'd have been bad, worse for you? I can tell you right now, grades would have been messed up. Boom. Babies across
fucking
the
Oh,
it,
city. Boom.
Oh,
Crazy.
fucking
You know what I'm
everything,
saying?
fucking it,
I can't.
fucking everything. Now, there's
Oh, there you go.
It'd have been a
Bro.
boom. It, I'm
hey,
glad I
So
didn't have
nothing would have
social media.
changed.
hey, listen, hey,
he put the
I put the
shades back
glasses
on.
on. Nothing would have changed.
Yeah,
Hey,
Corey be having them
nothing.
white women on his TikTok. Be loving Corey.
Hey,
The white women would be like, "Hey."
hey, that's it. More pink. You feel me? That's it.
Well, with that being said, it would have benefited you no matter what.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'll probably make a lot more money from social media, probably. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Okay, there we go.
way more popular, way more popular, way more. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I probably had a lot of STD. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let
Boy,
that go. Let me hey, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell.
A,
You
a
know what
lot of
else would be
socks,
easier too to
a
me
lot of socks
for
on the meat.
me for women in general and for me too, like, and I'm not gonna say no names, obviously. But I think also for women, meeting celebrities or high profile men would have been a lot easier for us back in the day because you had to be in places to meet those
Meet
people.
these people.
Now they are sliding in your DM, or you can literally message them, or they just have to see you in some kind of way. We would have had the NBA, the NFL. Yeah, no,
That's what I'm saying. You see the
yeah,
difference, like looking at it from that perspective, like the access that a lot of people have right now, because you have a
yeah,
lot of the dudes that'll get to the league and they not really, you know, what I mean, seasoned in having game or being around a lot of
yeah,
players or that type of environment. So when they get to the league, all of a sudden the money gives them false confidence. You know what I mean?
yeah,
All you already know. You know what I mean? So like once like just imagine like them having that back in the day when they coming up, they're getting a little bit of that boost now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're coming up. I'm seeing these younger kids that's in high school. They're getting the recognition from Nike and they sending them a little contract saying who they're gonna be committed to and things like that, doing the stuff with the shoulder pads. These women are locking in on these kids a lot sooner. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
When we was coming up in school, you had to go do the they don't even like a pep rally at school and stuff like that. That's your recognition. That's a little bit of it. And then you had the school flyers that you didn't have the digital flyers. Now I come from the era where we had to draw the flyers. You know what I'm saying? So the being acknowledged was a little bit different because we lived in a different time period and it was a little
Yeah,
bit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, we mentioned coming up from the cell phone. You know what I mean? We had beepers. We moved a lot faster without, you know what I mean, the technology that
yeah,
little stuff that we had. You know what I'm saying? we made it work. You know what I'm saying? So even compared, like I said, only thing for me, it just gave me more because I was real popular coming up to school. It just gave me more access to more women. You know what I'm saying? But and like you said, money sooner or something like that. But um,
The
in
difference is
today's
to
time,
our mind, we were more hustle and we were thinkers. And so to me, hustling and thinking with the technology that we have, we would've really went up because we
No, but you
really
know what
already had a more of a
No,
hustle
that's
No,
mentality.
popping,
that's
popping.
not really
No,
true.
no,
Y'all
no,
y'all
because
had y'all moved. Y'all didn't necessarily move faster. The world just got smaller with social media. That's really
no.
all it is.
So
smaller. Explain that.
no, 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 no. Okay.
Like we we not to cut you off, Corey, but we
Yeah,
just had like we know more people. We know more people. Like we know what's going on in the next school, in the next town over. We know what's
Okay.
going on in the next state over
Do
from
you know them or do
where
you
we are
see
now.
them? Do you know them or
Well,
you just see them?
we see them,
It's different.
but seeing them, we can go over there and get to know them because now we know how they moving over there. We know what's the commonalities that they have and that are the same that we have. It's the same. It's just being exposed to the same to different things.
No, I think though, like she was saying, meeting celebrities would have been a lot easier, but I don't. I, coming from California, I don't think that that's the case. I think a lot of careers wouldn't have taken off if we had social media and we were able to post videos and pictures
Yeah.
of stuff going on. Because there's definitely
Right.
okay,
some celebrities that I was partying with underage. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't
That's
think
crazy.
their careers
Would have
would
taken
have
off.
taken off. Yeah,
There'd have
the
been a
stuff
lot
that
of
they
R.
was
Kelly.
doing.
Yeah,
okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I don't take it. I look at it like this though. From the periods of where we're here, like where we are now, and what we had to do to meet a person, we had to go to the mall, get dressed, get a bunch of pieces of paper, a couple of pieces of pen. I mean, a pen, get a piece of paper, go to the
She
mall,
cool.
get fresh, then go out there, ride the bus, go. You know, what I mean, we had to do a lot of more mingling. You know, what I mean, what wasn't in no inbox. You know, what I mean, and I believe
Yeah.
that the social media has taken the social part out of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people are now walking through the mall like this versus who can I holler at? So I think the difference when Mike said it made it smaller, I think that social media really and the internet and all that has really made us more divided and not antisocial. You know what I mean? Because
I don't know.
I would rather look at the 20 people, potential people that possibly could be in my inbox since I looked at my phone versus the 100 people that's in front of me.
I don't know. Um, I see it different. I see, like Mike said, I see with that. He said like the world will be is smaller, which I don't think so. I think that just, you know what I mean. That when you see people, I think that really it depends on your mindset too, right? Seeing other people do things and have things. You know what I mean, it made us want things and have things that we never knew that even could exist or to even have, right? You know what I mean. So I think social media. In a point, you know what I mean, helped on some of those things, right? Because some things like we didn't know we can even, especially when you come from a small, like I'm from Lake Charles, from Lake Charles, so you didn't really see no, you ain't really seen nothing out there, right? And social media showed a different world. You know what I mean? If you didn't have
Hmm.
social media, you wouldn't even know that shit even existed. Like, let me tell you something. When I left Lake Charles and I went to California, as an adult, man, I started seeing, I was like, man, what the fuck is a BMW? What the fuck is a BMW? What is the fuck is a, and then I finally bought a BMW. You know what Lake Charles people, no, seriously, people were saying Lake Charles, a black man's wish. I said, what the fuck is a black man's wish? They said you got BMW. I said,
Hmm.
what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So it's just things that social media, right, hip a lot of us on that we didn't know, right? Same thing when you said if you had we had social media back in our day, like I don't think our mindset wouldn't be our mindset is today. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we have our mindset in a new generation mindset, we should be way above a lot of people. But we not because we lazy, because we keep talking about the past, the past, the past. Well, take the past and the future and put them together and see how far you succeed. Right? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Same thing with, you know what I mean, with P podcast, right? It's the future of what it is, right? And he's still talking about, you know what I mean, things that we used to do. And that's how you grow. You gotta put them two together to grow. Like we should be ahead of these millenniums. because what the mind that we do have, we double them on what they even know. We know way more experience, way more than what they even know. But the thing about
Fact.
we don't want to put the work in. We don't want to
I
put the
think we
work in.
do. Yeah, we
A
know
lot of
more
people
than
don't.
them.
A lot of us don't. Because
I
we so
think their
used to that
problem
just
is
that. Okay.
their problem is they can reference the internet real quick. So if you come tell me something that could possibly be true or something like that, I can go look at fact check. No, it ain't. They can Google it. When we back in the day, we had to go what? You had to go find out, find
Yeah,
out.
they'll find out. That's what I'm saying. That's why I
Who
say
Mm-hmm.
we got
family
advantage.
had them encyclopedias in their house, nigga, and at the bottom of the TVs or something like that, Britannicas and stuff
Britannica.
like that. You know what I mean? And look, we live in even like I did a show the other day, and the women was talking about dudes in the inbox sending pictures of themselves. I couldn't even imagine that back in the day. You know what I mean? Because what was going on when I was coming up? We had some, what's they say, fast little girls. Man, can you imagine if we'd had inboxes and stuff like that with girls and stuff? I got in trouble for writing names on papers and the list of girls in school and what they was doing and what they wasn't doing. I got called to the office for that, and damn near got. I'm talking about trouble, trouble. It was fights going around like nigga, like little fires through the school when that list hit. Because I exposed everything, you know what I mean, and it was by accident. One of the dudes let the list get out. So can you imagine if I had the power of the internet like that and somebody presented pictures and stuff like that? It's a little bit crazy and a little bit different
No,
times,
it's
That's
man.
not
like
because no, it's adaptation. We have adapted to that lifestyle. Just like these kids adapted to it now. We been as kids today, we been that would be the same as us back then. It's no, we would adapted to it because that would have been our lifestyle. But the fact that we got that old lifestyle you talking about and the new lifestyle, we should again we hey the things that these kids they think they know, man. Look, we've been there, we done that, cause we done it. You know what I mean? In our time and the new time. Cause I saw a little couple of meat pictures through the phone too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, about it. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
So hey, I'm playing.
You,
I'm,
I
I'm
can tell from
joking.
your chest hair
dead
that
ass serious.
I can tell from your chest hair that I can see right now
Hey,
that you
you know what I'm
seeing
saying?
pictures.
Mm-hmm. No, but no, I don't see no picture. I ain't never seen no picture. I ain't never seen no
Not
picture.
today,
No,
not
look,
today.
that's like though when my daughter was in school.
I'm joking.
I remember her coming to me, and on her phone, a little boy had compiled a bunch of news that he received, and all the boys received throughout the whole school, and they
What?
made a video of all the girls and news.
Ooh, it's
And
That's
crazy.
but that's what I'm saying. Like whoever has sent new, let's say I sent it to you, then somebody else sent it something to Corey, then somebody else
mhm.
sent. It was all the boys got together and shared all the news, but they put it all on one big long thing. And there was a bunch of girls on there. But I'm saying, like, we would have never thought when we send somebody something naked, we thought it was exclusive. Nowadays, they just shoot the titties in a minute.
Quick,
God,
huh?
look. Show them titties.
Well, and dudes do too, though, because weekly, I get neat mail for real.
Not,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
Did you
saying.
just call
Like
it meat meal?
that's wild.
Hey,
Because
that see?
some of them don't be dick, they be just meat.
Oh
Hey,
my
what's the
god.
difference?
Oh, it's a difference. Either it's inches make the difference.
That was wild.
Hey, well, I must have got meat.
Meat meal is crazy.
Corey, get
and,
no, but
and
I
you
I'm
want
know
to
joking.
ask Janice a
and you know
question.
he
When you
need help.
say, like, when you say like being in California, which is so much bigger than Texas is not as like Falon was saying, Texas is not as faster in when we think about all the things that are
What we want?
available in
We know
California.
where to
It is a bigger
go. The
place.
driver.
We have, we kind of move fast lifestyle. But
The
when you
kids.
are able to be like in California, do you think the clubs and the atmosphere there allows you to be much younger and be in those settings too?
I think so. And then I think like when you were talking about like meeting celebrities, like I tell people, I remember being partying with Ty Dolla Sign, YG, DJ Mustard, all before they were popular. Like they were hopping
Yeah.
out of like raggedy Honda Civics, and so it's just I think that you're exposed to more, and you can be around people, bump shoulders with people, and you don't know where. Do you know what I'm saying? Where they're gonna end up at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's I
But
just think, especially in LA.
I agree with something that Mike, when Mike was saying that it made the world shrink. It also when he touched on when Falon, you asked him, but did you really know them or did you see them? That's what else I don't like about social media. I have a bunch of people that follow me. Like even on Twitter, I have like 10,000 followers. Some of these dudes and even some of the women, they've been following me for years on these social media. They really believe they know me because they see me have posted certain things for so many years. These people think they know me, but we've never met in person. Some of the people I have met in person, I have went out and I've met people. But I even had a situation where I will post, like, we going out to here, we're gonna be here. I've had somebody really dead ass pull up, walk up to me in the line for the club and was like, "Hey, I saw you was gonna be here. I just wanted to see if you was for real, if you were a real person."
That's wild.
Yeah, no, that's happened to me a lot. I've
What?
been not even in my
You can make
state.
it.
I've been in Georgia, in Atlanta, and
In it,
somebody walk up to me and say,
Wow.
"Hey, I know who you are. I'm so thick with it from such and such." And I was like, "Holy shit." But people follow you and they think they know you, but they
But I
don't really
do.
know you.
I do agree with him when he says that it made the world smaller because, like, I've met people where they were like, "Oh, what they thought LA was just what you saw on Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood," and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, I just that's what I assumed LA was like. All of LA, that's how it was." And I was like, "Yeah, no. I mean, there are some parts that are like
Yeah,
that, but no, that's not what LA is." So I do think like it was helpful, but then too, to a degree, I think that social media allows people to live a life that they're really not living
absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And that's a bad thing, right? Because now, you know what I mean, for the women that's going out there and select these men, I can imagine how unsafe it feels like y'all, spend some time trying to get to know somebody. And then after all this time, this whole quilt that you thought was of the person is not even that, you know what I mean? Or the pictures that you're seeing
That's definitely
attached to
happened to
your
me.
house. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a lot of these different things, you know what I mean? And imagine your inbox is going in crazy and stuff like that. So, would you say it was more authentic then? A little bit more authentic? Because they, like Corey was saying, they can't see the different, we get a chance to see how it was and what it is now. You know what I mean? And what do you guys think? The authenticity, is it more authentic back then or is it now? Because of the social media and the things like that, or meeting a person at Sam Goody's, hollering at them and writing a number down and giving to them.
To me, it
It's
was
more
more authentic
authentic
back in the
then.
day because if you met a dude, I'm gonna look at your shoes, I'm gonna look at your clothes, I'm probably gonna look at your car, and I'm gonna ask you what area you live in. And based on your hood, I probably know where where we stand. On social media, if you can borrow somebody's stuff, you can put things on, you can do all kinds of things to pretend to be something you're not.
No, it's
Um,
the
But
first
you,
impression that's more authentic then. Like once you get to know somebody now, if you decide to meet them in person, it's completely different now. But
Mike, you
my
sideways.
fault.
Yeah, and you saw there we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went
Welcome
over
back.
here.
There
You
we
All right,
go.
sideways.
I
There you
got you.
go.
but
All
see,
right, there.
that's not true either because I look at it like this. On my social media, just keeping it 100 on my social media that my family does not see. I post a lot of stuff, not no naked shit like that, but I post a lot of like people
Well,
getting content, right?
well,
And
thanks
a
for
lot of
letting me know you got a social media that I don't see.
oh
You
no, I
heard it
think
here
that's social
first,
media my
people.
family don't see. But at the end of the day,
Hey, Mike.
like
Hey, Mike.
people
I got you. Mike, I got you. I got a fake page. I'm on it. I got you. I'm gonna send it to
Appreciate you.
no, and that's the thing too though. No, I'm gonna keep it 100. I met Mike and we didn't know each other, but he saw my social media. And based on my social media, he probably would have thought I was a freak. And I
Well,
don't get
hold
me
on.
wrong,
It
you know.
depends. Did he
Mike,
have a
is she a
real? Did
freak?
he have a real
Mike,
page
is she a
or the
freak?
page I got? Which page he had? Which page Mike meet you on?
Well, no, like we
Mike,
met each other, and then like instead of
pop
exchanging
it,
phone numbers,
pop it,
you exchange
pop it.
social
Oh,
media.
Talk,
okay, yeah,
And so he
okay.
saw my social media before he
pop it. I'm
even
talking
got
to
to know
Mike.
me as a person. So I think on my
Pop it.
social
I'm
media,
talking.
who he thought I was, and it still is a part of me, but it's the wilder side of me. Then he got to meet the
Pop
real
it.
person when I can actually spend time
Pop
with
it.
him. I'm both those people. What?
Pop it. I'm talking to Mike. Mike, is she a freak?
You,
He's gonna plead the fifth on that.
I don't know. That's funny. He think I'm a
Yeah,
freak,
that
and the whole
was.
time she a freak probably.
he know because I got that 2-hand twist, extra spit.
Wow.
with the pineapple.
Was not expecting
That's
that one.
crazy.
She said she is 2025 hot too. Look.
Hot tour.
And not only that, I'm 49. Mike is 36. So what that tell you?
uh
Nothing. Nothing.
you
Oh, it
say wait,
do.
wait. You say he 49 and
I'm
he
49. He's 36.
you know what that tells me?
Yeah, I know. It tell me that thing fire.
It tells me a whole bunch of that.
It tell me that thing yanking.
Come get this blueberry pie. Hey, he turned around. Tell him,
That goes
hey,
back
it's
to
more
what
like
you
Ray
said
Charles.
too,
I
though.
want
That goes back to
the
what you said too, though,
blackberry
Vaughn.
pie.
That goes back to what you said too, though. We're from two different generations too. So how he communicated and how I communicated when we first met each other, he loved to fucking text and all that shit. I'm like, I'm grown. I don't really like texting and all that type of shit. He is more of a texter. That's how people his age communicated when we first met each other. So it had, you have to adapt to how things are changing when you're meeting people in these like dating and all that kind of stuff too, because how people communicate now is different too. It's just a lot different. And the crazy part about it, to be honest with you, the other way that me and Mike was just cool. We was just friends, nothing serious. On the cool, on an accident, my friend sent him a nude of me. That's how he first. And when he got the naked picture, he thought I was on that, and he was like, immediately, instead of saying my bad, he immediately sent me a dick pic.
Poppy. Poppy. Poppy the snapping turtle.
Look,
No, for real. We were just cool, and one of my friends took my phone on accident and sent him a picture of me, and he didn't say anything. I kind of knew, and I was afraid because we were cool, and I didn't want him to get the wrong impression. And then I knew he was on it because the next thing I got was
well,
a
let me say
picture.
this. I'm gonna say this. I really don't know, understand why you got naked pictures of yourself and your phone. I don't own any person. Corey, don't you say nothing because you might own a few of them. But I'm gonna say this. I appreciate y'all being so open to me. I mean, open with me on the show, on the Lifestyle Podcast, man. I found out Janice got a lot of DCHS tapes out there, still in Orange County, circulating in Southern California. Could be 51 to 72 tapes. We don't know. Still out there. Poppy has a couple of pictures in her phone. She gets some media every day. Corey is yet to decide if he's meaty or he is all the way there. We don't know. But I'm glad y'all are here discussing this on the PM Lifestyle Podcast, man.
Mm.
Just to let y'all know, we have went way over the show time. If you know what I mean, it's not a problem. It's an hour and a half instead of an hour. And I know I want to hold y'all on this good Sunday. Before we leave, you know what I'm saying? If anybody want to, I want everybody to go around the room, final shout outs, you know, where they can find you again. If you want to be found, you don't want to be found, however you want to go. And, just tell people peace out or whatever you got to say. You know what I mean? Corey, go ahead,
Janice
man.
on
I'm
the
going to start
private
with you.
chat, send me your Instagram because I know it's busting.
Um. All right. I'm gonna start off. Go ahead. You look at me. Meatslanger. Dot com. You can find. What y'all laughing at?
So,
Uh.
right to the website, not the socials.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh. Meat Slanger on Facebook. Meat Slanger on TikTok. Meat Slanger 35 actually on TikTok and Facebook. That's me.
Yeah, you're going to get one of them cases, 32 cases of an indecent
Meat
proposal.
slanger with the STDs.
Right? Not him saying he got a million STDs and want somebody to not follow him. No thanks, sir.
Say
Yeah.
what? That's my boy. Man,
Just
say something,
that.
Doc. Man, look. That's my boy Mike, man. Come on, man. Not with a man in the car. Something she say.
No, she didn't. She
Like,
Oh.
said not with
what?
all the STDs. Mike,
No, my
go
social
ahead,
media
man.
is I'm so underscore thick with it on
Thick with.
Instagram. I'm so thick with it. That's it for me. I'll see y'all back in a couple of weekends again. I want to shout out Shawanda because my friend was in the comments. She says she want to come on here too. That's another good voice you'll have on here. We met each other actually on Twitter 10 years ago, and we've been friends ever since.
Jawanda, you are definitely welcome. Come on to the show anytime you want to get, contact her. Pop, Tash, tap in with her. Let her know. Email, we get in contact with each other. We
Yeah,
definitely
so
can have
social
her
media
on.
does work for good.
See, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to 2025. You know what I'm saying? And Janet, Miss, do not reach me. But is there anything that you want to tell anybody before we leave out the show?
I mean, you can send me a friend request. My Instagram is open. It's jmariah37. But on Facebook, if you send me a friend request, you might get in, you might not get in. So that's where I act at the most. And I'll be worried that somebody sent you if we don't have mutual
Oh, okay.
friends. So yeah,
That
it's a
part.
problem.
Okay, I got you. I got you. And Mike, man, go ahead.
Oh
You would have
well,
any little message?
again, it's just Mike Harmison everywhere, really. On
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just about yeah.
Oh my gosh, she said
You gonna
15
find me
years.
at your local HEB.
She said 15 years. My bad, Shawanda.
Not
Not 10, 15 years.
local HEB.
Shout out to Shawanda. Shawanda said 15 years ago, Mom, not 10. So they've been homies for 15 years.
Yeah, we
You
met each
already
other on
know.
Twitter. We met
Now,
each other on Twitter, then met in person. Uh, and we've been traveling and hanging out ever since. We all became good friends because I met some other women who are really about their business. You
okay.
meet people that are alike, and we've been rocking ever since 15 years.
So y'all traveling every place and going places in the
We've
group so people
traveled
can
a
go.
lot of places together. We are actually going to on a 7-day cruise. 10 of us, all of us met only online 15 years ago,
Well, can
and
me
we
and
Wow.
Mike go
travel
on a
once
Okay.
a
cruise?
year
Can
together.
me and Mike go on a cruise?
No, this is women
No,
only.
hold up. Let them go. Corey, go ahead. Let the women know. You know, they've been friends for 15.
Can you keep your STDs online
I don't
on
have
land?
STDs.
On
I never said I
land.
had STDs.
Corey,
Yes, you
you should have never
did.
said that.
I never said that, but I never said it.
So, and we'll be in Thailand
you said
2026. Anybody want to book a trip
you
to
said you would
Thailand?
have
Call
a
Shawanda.
lot.
Okay, Shawan. So she's a travel agent. We can do that.
Yeah,
So look, Corey, this is what we're
2026,
gonna
we're all
do.
going to
Corey, Mike,
Thailand.
this is what we're gonna do. Corey, Mike, let's go ahead and put like a cruise together for the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We can go out there, act a fool. This
I'm
be my
down.
first time on a cruise. I ain't never
Me
been.
too.
Trying to get out there.
My first
Okay,
time too.
so I'm gonna be tapping in
All
with you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure out this cruise thing, man. Go ahead and get it. I just looked on this like a little.
And we gonna crash
Right?
it.
Janice, you
Because
just
Mike
said
ain't
you
Hey,
going,
would.
I ain't going.
hey,
Janice, you just
guess
That's
said
what?
you
that's some
Hey,
wanted.
bullshit.
hey, Janice, hey, Janice, guess what? And I can find out if I got a meat. What is it called? A meat or what?
Or D.
Or
I can
meat
find
or
out which one
dick.
I got. You let me know.
Listen, go ahead and run a picture if you want,
Janice, put that on Facebook. I want to
or
see.
pull up,
All right,
Look, oh, look at this.
pull pull up. We can video
she
it.
said in person. She look. Janice's name is AKA VCR.
VCR.
AKA
I mean, the videos I
VCR.
got now, they just stay in my phone. I have phone. Other people might have a few videos on their phones too, and then sometimes I'll be recording it on my in-home ring camera.
Look at
Um,
Corey.
Oh,
so
hold on, Janice. So
Hey,
you making it seem like you have a whole robbery scene in the house and everything? You got somebody breaking in through the sliding door and everything. You on the couch sleep?
oh my, I didn't even think about that,
Oh, I
but
went too far
yeah.
with that. My bad.
Uh, uh,
Sometimes if I think that it's sometimes if I think that it's gonna be really good, like I'll just put the camera in my room. I'll move it from my living room into
Hmm.
my room and just that they don't be saying nothing or looking around for the camera. So now I got a
Y'all
video.
hear that?
Thank you.
Freaky
Have a
hold
nice
on,
Janice
day.
time,
just said.
hold on now. Hey, hold on. It's a crime being
Jay,
committed. It's a
I
crime
was about
being
to say.
committed.
Freaky just said she didn't get no consent forms. You got it, Janice. You got to give out some consent forms.
I'm not sharing it with everyone. I just happen to have the video so I could watch it. Like sometimes I might want
It's
to
like
run it
game
back.
tape.
It's like
But you gotta
what?
let that man know he being recorded.
Yeah, you
You
know what I
record
mean.
what you did
N-
in the previous day so you can get video.
not you
Listen,
stealing my
just
lingo.
just know if you come to my house, you better put on a performance because you may or may not
Hey,
need a
uniform or no
performance.
uniform? What's up? No, let me stop. Let me stop. Look. Oh shit! All right, my bad. My bad.
Hey, you stupid, bro. Because you really thought about it. That's what's crazy.
You're right. Cops and
Man, look,
robbers.
man, we're all in Texas. So, you know what I mean? Corey, Janice, you know, if y'all want to I'm gonna do a segment. I'm gonna start doing this little thing. I'm gonna set up something different. I might have y'all come on here separately. But I want to thank everybody for coming on the show today, man. It's Sunday. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, and y'all chose to be here. You know what I mean? So I want to thank y'all for showing up, man. Janice, Tash, Mika, I want Mike, Corey. Thank you for coming on again. Everybody for their first time. You know what I mean? Everybody else. Shawanda, get at us. The fellas is going on a cruise, man. We're gonna go live from the cruise and everything, man. So with that being said, y'all stay blessed and things of that nature, man. Stay prayed up. Give love. Don't worry about it coming back in return because it always will return, man. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the PM Lifestyle Podcast. Follow, subscribe, like, share, whatever it is. We got you. I want to thank y'all for coming on again, man. Y'all enjoy y'all time, man. Corey, you be safe out there. Everybody take it easy. Enjoy the rest of y'all good old Sunday, man. Thanks.
Goodbye, y'all.
All right.